And the players getting reacquainted prior to the tip. A pretty loose atmosphere out there. Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and by my side, Clark Kellogg and the sharpshooter Steve Kerr. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. First for Sacramento, the guards, Vasquez and McLemore. And the big fella inside out of the University of Kentucky, the unbelievably gifted and powerful pivot man, DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Mbamute, and it's Thompson in at the power forward position. And for the Clippers, CP3 at point with Redick there at the backcourt. And inside at center, a long 6'11", the skyscraping big man out of Texas A&M, DeAndre Jordan. And it's Crawford, and it's Griffin in at the power forward.
Boy, you look at the Clippers, and they clearly are one of the most entertaining teams in the NBA. One of the outstanding team shows you'll see. They have fun, they're up and down, but they're a hard-working group, and a lot of that you have to attribute to their leader, Chris Paul.
So the Clippers win the tip. Feeds to Redick. Back to Griffin. The shot is off. Some solid defense from Thompson. Well, Clark, as you were taking a look at the Clippers, they are a fun team, an amazing product so far with big names all around. But, you know, Steve, they've got to work hand in hand to make sure they're always at their best and not take things for granted.
Well, I think it's still a team that's a work in progress. You've got a young front line in Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, great point guard in Paul, but the new additions have helped, and I think it'll be interesting to see if this team can gel during the playoffs.
And here is Los Angeles now. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. They get Jason Thompson.
You know, this is an interesting little factoid, fellas. Jamal Crawford is the all-time career leader in 4-point plays. That's where you get fouled and make the three. There must be an art to it. If there is, he's the master artist.
And Clark, you mentioned those 4-point plays. That may be harder to pull off now with the Reggie Miller rule. Officials will call an offensive foul if you kick out your leg on the shot. Earl B. Free used to do it all the time, and it hits the defender.
Yeah, that's how Jamal Crawford got a lot of those 4-point plays early in his career, but there's a reason that he's able to convert those, and it's because he can create his own shot off the dribble from the three-point line. And so a lot of times defenders are lunging at him because they put on their heels defensively because of his work off the dribble.
That's a good explanation. And he can't get the first one.
Well, we knew the Pacific was tough last year's division. They sent 3 teams to the playoffs, and it's one reason why the Kings ended up just above the Suns in the division. Hard to make a lot of headway when you're the 4th best team in your state.
Well, as you said, tough California teams, Clark, populating the Pacific, but the Kings actually did well against them. Better than, in fact, you would expect considering how far apart their win totals were.
Yeah, not bad. Kings went 7-9 in the division. Of course, Phoenix really struggled last year, and that was part of it. The Lakers had a down season as well. But, you know, all in all, I think the California teams are looking stronger going forward, particularly Golden State and the Clippers. So it's going to be tough in that division.
On defense, the Kings. Paul kicks to Crawford, and the shot is good.
No, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest of it seemed easy.
Now here's Vasquez, defended by Paul. Pass to McLemore. The feed to Vasquez. Poked loose. The shot's good from Paul.
Beautiful finger roll to cap that drive off. He knows how to finish with some flair and flavor, guy.
Sacramento off to a slow start. 6-point game. Cousins with a screen on Paul. Vasquez with it, and Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Vasquez. Thompson's got his first bucket of the night. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Here's Thomas. Can't get it to go. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Clippers lead by 4. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up.
Well, when it came to getting wins away from Sacramento last year, the Kings were anything but kings of the road. Only came away with 8 wins as a visiting team last year, and that puts them near the bottom of the league in win total.
Clippers on defense. They lead by 4. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Hey, Kevin. Well, for the Los Angeles Clippers, the pieces seem to be coming together for a deep run. It all started with the acquisition of Coach Doc Rivers, who was also given a lead role in basketball decision-making. Follow that up with the trade for J.J. Redick and Jared Dudley. That gives the team great shooting on the wings. And both players expressed their excitement to play for the Clips. Guys, this once downtrodden franchise has become a destination.
Winning situation, Doris. Thanks. For Los Angeles, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
Well, last season they only hit 71% of their free throws, so this is a continuing problem, guys.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
And back to the Kings on the road for a second. That total of 8 road wins had them tied for the fewest in the entire Western Conference, Steve, along with the Suns.
It's not a surprise when a team is just bad, when they don't have an identity, and there's no way you're going to be competitive on the road. They didn't defend, and they were selfish with the ball. Other than that, they were fantastic.
Here's Dudley. The shot no good. Great D that time from Helmets. From deep, Thornton, and that one's good. Thornton's got his first 3 points of the game.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
And now Sacramento on the break. Here's Thomas. Gets it to go. Thomas got his first points in this one.
That is a terrific effort on the shot. He's giving up a lot of size, but still finds a way to score.
I don't think that affected him in the least, though, Steve. I mean, he made it look like he was the bigger guy.
Thornton for 3. Rebounded by Dudley. The Clippers trail. Collison the pass to Barnes. He feeds it to Mullins. The 11-footer will not go. This is off the front iron. Sacramento's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. The shot's good from Hayes.
That's really the area where they like all of their shots to come from.
The Clippers have gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. That's good. Crawford's got 5 now. And here is Thomas. Kicks it to Thornton. Lets it go with a 3. And it's Thornton again missing. Here's Barnes. No good. And a tight game here as we end the first half. It's Sacramento. They lead by a bucket. Keep it here for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. We'll see you after the break for the start of the second half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And a fun game going on out in Los Angeles. Thanks for joining us. The Kings are battling hard in this one. Outstanding bench production. They've gotten a very nice lift, and that's made a huge difference for them on the scoreboard. A productive first half for John Salmons. Nothing comes easy. He's done the hard work, and they could pull it out once they get to the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
You know, for a long time, people would look at Staples as the Lakers' home where the Clippers just happened to be sharing space. But the Clippers let everybody know that they called this Staples Center home as well last year. And I thought they were a force in front of their rabid fans.
Thompson dishes to Vasquez. Back to Thompson, and it's thrown down hard with both hands. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
And you know, Steve is on.
You know what, Kevin? Come on, I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Well, Clark, as you said, the Clippers really starting to make waves on the landscape here in L.A. as they surpassed the Lakers in wins last season. You know, a big part of that was, Steve, their ability to win here at home.
Yeah, 32 wins here at Staples, and when they got out and ran, this place was really rocking. This Clipper team has a roster full of guys that can make a play that ignites a crowd, and some new additions this year, new coaching staff. A lot going on for this Clipper team.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
You know, with how dominant he's been since entering the league, we can start to wonder where Paul will fall in terms of all-time greats when you talk about point guard. When it's all said and done, I think he'll be right in that group of the best point guards to ever play the game.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Dudley's checked in. Now, here's Mbamute. McLemore, and he's good on the three ball. McLemore's got himself on the board with three there.
Well, when you talk about a beautiful shooting stroke, just look at Ben McLemore out of Kansas. From the ground up, sets his feet, great balance, elevation, beautiful follow-through. I just love McLemore's potential offensively.
I like his upside as well. And you talk about that stroke, it is honey sweet to look at and as efficient as a heat pump. No wasted motion or energy in that. And as he learns to play off screens and be a little more aggressive in attacking the basket, I think he's got a chance to maybe be an all-star player down the road.
You talk about Chris Paul's place among the great point guards in league history. The advanced stats community make a compelling case to put Paul right at the top of the list. Now, this is going to rankle some people, I think.
Well, it's all about efficiency when you want to talk advanced stats. And so that means how often do you get to the line? When are you turning it over? What your shooting percentages are, and Paul has really good numbers across the board.
And stolen by Barnes. 3-on-3. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Barnes. 6 points for Chris Paul.
Wow, this has been a thriller. I mean, the way these teams are battling, just going back and forth.
Would you like to bet that this game may end on a buzzer beater? How much would you bet?
This has been a different kind of game here in the second half. I thought both clubs a little slow in the first.
No question, but they're really going at it now.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Clippers lead by 4. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
And they continue to run and gun throughout the game, guys.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Now here's Vasquez. And Cousins kicks to Vasquez. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
Wow, fans just getting their money's worth tonight. Really entertaining ball game.
It has been. The margin separating these teams has been paper thin.
Griffin, he's covered by Landry. Griffin draws the double. Nice D from Landry.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
Hangs out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. Sacramento making a switch here. Clippers leading by 5. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession.
Difficult to explain that turnover. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did, but he really lost his place on the court.
1:14 left to play in the final quarter. And Bahamute, the pass to Vasquez. There's the dish to McLemore. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. And now just a 2-point Clipper lead. Jordan with it. Picked up by Thompson. Thompson against Jordan. Now Griffin inside. It's good.
Huge points. That's beyond huge, Steve. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
Now here's Vasquez. He's tightly guarded. Griffin on the double team. Vasquez kicks to Mbamute. Rejected by Jordan. And that's an intentional foul. Two points here might be all the cushion they need.
Now, you'd think so. I mean, this game is theirs for the taking.
Paul for 3. Thompson with the rebound. Sacramento's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. McLemore, no good. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Smart foul there. You got to try to extend the game.
Yeah, it's still close, but they're fighting that clock as much as the score right now.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. The second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Free throws go down, and the lead goes up.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're losing by 6. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
I think they have to go for a 3 right now, don't you, Clark?
Yeah, I don't think they have any choice but to go for the 3, Steve.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Thompson outside. He passes to McLemore. Wide open look. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. There's Crawford with the 3. Offline. So the Clippers with the win. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul.